Hello, and thank you for watching this video from the Chief Education Office. Today, I'm going to share some information about the Oregon State Educational Goal 40-40-20. What is it exactly? And also, why is it our most important goal for our cradle-to-career education system? 40-40-20 is a shorthand name for a law that was passed in Oregon in 2011. The numbers refer to a measure of our adult population showing the highest level of educational attainment for each Oregonian by 2025. Specifically, the goal is that 40% have a bachelor's degree or higher, that another 40% have an associate's degree or post-secondary credential, and that 20% have a high school diploma or equivalent. And if you look at those three numbers, that's where you get 40-40-20. Now, 40-40-20 and the goal intends to provide a clear target, a North Star that is aligned with Oregon's economic, its civic, and its social aspirations. It's also something against which to generally gauge the state's educational progress. 40-40-20 gives the education and our related systems a clear direction moving forward. 40-40-20 expresses a distinct point of view in two different ways. First of all, it's a statement about the capacity of learners, specifically the belief that each and every student can achieve. And because 40 plus 40 is 100, this requires 100% high school graduation. The other side of it is that 40-40-20 holds the system responsible for high outcomes. And meeting those outcomes requires an equity lens, a critical combination of high expectations and support, and a seamless system for students and families. Why 40-40-20 exactly? Well, hopefully you're convinced that a system like 40-40-20 is good, but where did the numbers come from? Well, to develop this, many perspectives were considered and balanced. These included the labor market, present and future. Also, to what extent does additional educational achievement generate transformation? Also, what was looked at was the intrinsic and indirect benefits of education, especially higher education. And finally, the evidence from other states and their achievement rates was considered. And when all of that complex balancing was done, what we arrived at was 40-40-20. Now, 40-40-20 is a measure, and specifically it's a measure of the adult population. So when we report progress towards 40-40-20, we're reporting progress for all adults in the state. However, much of our attention is on new Oregonians, those moving from birth, childhood, and through their educational career, including learning to read, problem solve, to think critically, and to master new ideas. And we know that all through this progression, students follow many paths on their way from cradle to career. Transforming our systems and achieving 100% high school graduation and broad participation in higher ed will move our adult population towards 40-40-20. And finally, how are we doing? Well, using a simple bar graph, here is what 40-40-20 would look like. There's the two 40s, the 20, and that's 40-40-20. In 2013, here are Oregon's data. We are at 31% with a bachelor's degree or higher, 17% with an associate's or post-secondary credential, 42% who have high school or equivalent, and then another 10% who do not have a high school diploma or equivalent. And this is based on census data, and again, it's adults, and it's 2013. Now, to make these numbers rise, the Chief Education Office has identified groups where opportunities are the greatest to show improvements. These are students and families and staff with rich assets, and their growth provides buoyancy and improvement for all. It includes students of color, rural communities, families navigating poverty, and educator diversity. Thank you for listening. You can find out more about the Chief Education Office and what we are doing to reach 40-40-20 by 2025 by going to education.oregon.gov.